Moi
Oh,
aussi.
hey.
So 2 years till the first chapter of Pirate. Um, it's the following of the story, or
So,
it's only.
oh, la madame.
Oh.
La madame. There we are.
Yes,
Clémy?
just in time.
Mm. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for your patience.
Comment ça va, Clémentine?
Ça va.
So I replied to the question since we literally just started, Clémy, because we were waiting for you for a couple of minutes, but yeah. She was asking if like it's the follow-up of the story of Pirates 2 is the follow-up of Pirates 1. But the idea is more, like just imagine novel books, like there is a novel book with 12 stories, and then there is a follow-up of another novel book with 12 more stories in the same universe. I think it's better to think of Pirates 2 in this way rather than we don't really have a story. There is no story that begins at the beginning of Pirates 1 and ends at the beginning of Pirates 2, or that is continuing. It's novels. Every story is within the song. Every chanson has a story of its own, and this story has a morale because everything that Clémy writes is deeper than just the pirate universe taken just for the sake of marketing or the visuals. There are always deep meanings, and every story was like a novel in Pirates 1, and Pirates 1 contained 12 novels, and now we have Pirates 2, which staying in the same universe, staying in the same soundscape in terms of like what you breathe in terms of atmospheres. You have 12 more stories that are different. They're not repeating themselves. It's not like you will find that story again told in another way. And yeah, this is basically how you should look at Pirates 2 compared to Pirates 1 in terms of concept, in my opinion.
It's more epic, symphonic, I found.
Clémy?
Well, that's a personal opinion, but I think we were aware of that, and that was also made on purpose. Like we want to establish ourselves like a real cinematic symphonic artistic project. Therefore, when we could, we definitely let orchestra have a real place and a real sound, being a complete part of, like being a complete instrument. And that's also a reason why we love to have the orchestral version aside, so that people can also enjoy just that work on itself, and that to me lives on its own as well. So yeah, it's was a conscious choice to increase that aspect of our music.
And also darker. I found some songs darker than the previous one.
Yeah, I think that the overall title, Armada, it's hello.
Hello.
Le petit chat. The overall concept of Armada, if with pirates there was maybe a recurrent theme sometimes in terms of freedom, the freedom of being a free spirit, pirates seen as free spirits, maybe something that is recurrent in Pirates 2 and that determined the choice of the title is the battle, the war. Of course, this has to be seen like as internal battles or the struggles that we have to fight every day, our own battle, the daily battle that we as human beings have to fight. And of course, with such a title brought in the pirate universe, where you bring war, to this visual world that we are recreating, it's inevitable that everything gets a bit heavier, darker, more dramatic, because it would be inconsistent otherwise.
Like the word actually.
Yeah.
The thing is also that some of the lyrics came after the music, and the music for some reason got into that heaviness. I think Michele Michele has a big collection of guitars, and he loves to practice. And at some point, when you practice an instrument, you get better. So his riffing got better. So he's like, hey, look at this. Now I can play. So he was happy to bring in more heavier riffs into Visions of Atlantis. And sometimes it was like, is that too much? No, go for it. We're a metal band. Because if you said before that we are more epic and all, that this is a symphonic part, but you said it's darker and heavier, yes, because we're a metal band. And this is also something that we felt we still had a margin, you know, we still can explore that metal part of our music. And Nick has this absolute competence in writing amazing epic novels, and also those beautiful guitar riffs. He's a complete musician. So at some point I was like, oh, this is getting heavier. All right. So I choose also some things that connect with the music. You know, when he started to write a song like Hellfire, and he called it Hellfire, and he put those riffs inside, I was like, I have to keep the Hellfire, I have to keep the fire, I have to, I mean, because it's amazing. It goes so well together. So it's very it's all in all that it evolved this way very, very organically.
It's like the artwork with fire and shapes.
Oh yeah,
fallen.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, once the concept was understood, once we knew the direction, we always try to be consistent and to have everything connecting with the rest. You know, like the band pictures, the artwork, the music, everything has to go on the same. It has to be on the same page. Otherwise, you know, if you have bright pictures but the music is super heavy, super metal, it feels like there is a lack of consistency. We care. We care about details. How do you say in French, the devil is in the detail? I'm sure you have the saying.
Le diable est dans les détails.
Oui.
Yeah, you have to say this. We say the same in Italian. Yeah. So we care. We think this way.
We can say that. You release a first video and soon a second. Tonight I'm Alive.
So we released two. We released Armada and Monsters. Tonight I'm Alive is going to be the third. Yeah.
Yes, yes, the third. Yes, okay. How did you choose which songs?
This is
classic.
an internal fight in the band, because it's also very interesting. Like, we all love different songs, which means that they will connect with, like, people are going to connect with different songs on the album. It's not like the album is made of 3 bombastic tracks and the rest are good fillers. It's like the entire album, every song of that album could have been a single, and we're very serious with that. And so choosing those songs has been difficult and but fun at the same time, because it's a nice thing to feel like every song could represent the album in a certain way. For sure, when the title of the album was called Armada, and Armada being such a very straightforward,
yes,
bombastic track, we were like, okay, Armada is going to be a single. That was very obvious. And then Tonight I'm Alive, that you're going to discover, has a very, very specific rhythmical trademark that conveys an idea of summer and party. And we thought, all right, this is so different. Visions of Atlantis never released a song like this. It has to be highlighted, because we want to tell people we are exploring the world of music because we're pirates, and we are mixing genres because we're pirates, and we're releasing our album in summer, and that's a summer track in a way, so it fits perfectly to have it as a single. Monsters was also obvious because it's so catchy, was in line with Melancholy Angel. It does totally represents this catchy melodic aspects of Visions of Atlantis. But we're still discussing about a 4th single. And I personally would love it to be representing the real big symphonic aspect of Visions of Atlantis. I would love the contrast with the previous songs that we released. We could also choose to go very metal again, as Armada is. We'll see. But yeah, it's been an intense, passionate discussion.
We will see. And you made a lot of festival last year. How did you find time to compose and record?
So first of all, it's important to say that it's not like we, like other bands, we don't lock ourselves in a studio for a month or 2 months, just composing, and then we release, like the music later on, and then we don't try it for a while. It's our songwriting process is pretty spontaneous. Like when there are ideas coming, we save them. It's like on the phone, or sometimes it just sticks in my mind. It's like I'm there and I keep on hearing it, like, okay, as soon as I have time, I put it down, But the first songs for Pirates 2, I think we drafted the first demos like 2 or 3 weeks after Pirates 1 was ready, right, Clem? It was like really, really early. And the last song, for instance, that we wrote, that was Collide, track number 8, this we wrote on tour with Elaine in September 2023, because inspiration came in that moment. And yeah, I felt like the need of putting it down. And I remember I called Clemmy and I was like, hey, Clemmy, come to the tour bus. I need you to sing quickly. This thing is going to be easy. Don't worry, blah, blah, blah. And we recorded in the tour bus. So
the demo.
It's again, yeah, in one day, actually in 8 hours or something. I started writing in the morning, and in the afternoon, the demo was ready, So even if we were really busy with touring, with traveling, sometimes it takes, if you have the idea, if you have the song, if you develop it in your mind, a couple of days in front of the computer are enough. And this we did, one song here, one song 2 months later, maybe 2 or 3 songs in a couple of days in which we were free, because we felt the inspiration of doing this. Then nothing, then again something new. So it's, yeah, the time is there. It's just a matter of when you have the right chance. But if you think of this as a process that is spread along a year and a half, it's not difficult to find, some days to do it, to make it happen.
Mick is blessed with constant inspiration. That's also why it seems easy to put things down and to have ideas and to write an album in between things. It's because he's constantly having new musical ideas. And we wrote way more songs than the ones that made it to the album. That's also why some of our special editions have a bonus track, because we were like, well, they're good songs still. We can still put them somewhere, not on the original album, but on other editions, which still make it our official songs. So yeah, it's a constant flow. That's also why it makes so much sense to call this Pirates 2. It's because mixed songwriting is a flow that never really ends. It's just at some point we're like, okay, now we gather, make an album. We gather the songs, make an album.
I have an idea. Sorry.
Vous pouvez parler en français, c'est plus facile.
Non, j'avais pensé à quelque chose. And there is 2 very long songs too. 7 minutes.
D'accord, ouais. And these are my favorites.
Both?
These are my
Both of them?
One in particular, The Dead of the Sea. This is definitely one of my, if not my favorite track of the record. And the thing is that in these songs, you truly can express yourself as a songwriter. I think it's, when you write songs that are meant to be singles, 3 minutes and a half, 4 minutes, 4 minutes and a half, you have to follow some structures. You have chorus, verse, chorus, and the solo, and it's patterns that needs to be repeated inevitably. Because if you write a song and it only has 2 choruses, somehow in our style, in our genre at least, it doesn't really work. Like something feels missing, in a way. When you have 7 minutes and you decide to keep it that long, you truly can express yourself. And what I find fantastic is that, it's a competition of works. It's a coexistence of my work as songwriter and Clemmy's work as lyric writer, because the music evokes an atmosphere. The music evokes an ambience, a story. And Clemmy then starts dreaming. She has, her visions, and she puts them into words. And the visual idea that she has could build movies around every story, of course, so around every song.
Yes.
But when you have 7 minutes to express yourself, this is limitless, you know, it's so free. You have so much space to introduce the story, to make it evolve. And she is amazing on the side. Like the way she pictures the evolution of the entire story. Like if you read the lyrics while you listen to the record, you can see it. You know, and this is something that Visions of Atlantis are trying to make more and more, you know, like I think that our power, our superpower is this trial to make three arts merge together. Because yes, there is music, but then there is the writing, you know, like as if you have books, novels that Clemmy writes, and of course, cinema. And this is why we like to call it cinematic, you know, cinematic symphonic metal. It's as if there is a book from which the story that you see in the videos is inspired, and this is Clemmy's universe. And to this, we create soundtracks, and this is, you know, my universe. And then we all get together into creating something that is consistent. So it's three arts. It's not only music. It's not only being musicians. And this is why it's important in our way, in our opinion, to be consistent also in the way we dress up, in the way we present the band, because we need to make this trustworthy. You know, if you go to the cinema and you look at a Marvel movie, you know, with I don't know, with Hulk or Iron Man, or the scene, you know, with Superman and whatever, Batman, or, you know, just think of these superheroes. If you don't create the universe around it, who would believe that a man can fly because he comes from another planet, or that someone gets angry and it becomes green and bigger, you know? Like, this is unrealistic. So you have to make people comfortable. You have to make them understand that this universe is not the universe in which we live in. And if this works, if this is done properly, from the visual to the presentation, to the videos, to the music, to everything, then it's okay. Then people open their mind, and you can tell them the messages that are hidden in the stories, which is also something that comes from Clemmy, because she creates the entire universe of this.
And do you think to make a trilogy? Or
Well,
maybe?
As long as we feel inspired by this fantasy pirate world that we've created, as long as I feel like I still can talk about the human soul through with the sugar coating of the pirate world, we're like, as long as we can do that with joy, why should we change universe?
Of course.
And Meek is already writing new music, because as we said, it never ends. It's a flow. I've seen the name of the folder on his desktop the other day, and it's called Pirates 3. So
Yes.
Nice. But you never know, because, you know, I also think that, let's say that for some unexpected reason we decide to make a concept album for the next one, maybe we won't call it Pirates 3. Maybe it will need a different title, you know. But if we keep on going with these novels, with these stories, it would just make sense. But yeah, it's too early to talk about this. I think it's way too early.
You will have a tour this year, some festival, not in France, not like last year at the Plein Air Fest. And in October, some dates.
we play 3 shows in France.
Yes, Paris,
France, Lyon, and Toulouse. And Paris is selling really well, and it's Le Petit Bas. It's not
Yes.
like too big. So we've already said that if people are interested in the Paris show, they should secure their tickets already. Lyon is going to be a great show. It's a very good venue. We know it's big. It's going to be amazing. And Toulouse, last time we played, the crowd was really, really enthusiastic. So we're very much looking forward to play Toulouse again. And for festivals, well, it's not that we're not trying. It's just that symphonic metal in France is still a style that is a little difficult to promote for festivals. You know, Hellfest doesn't really like that style, but I don't lose hope that maybe they can make an exception sometimes. And it'd be great as a French singer to be able to perform on that stage. It's a bit of a dream. and of course the other ones, Motocultor or others, we would love to be able to go there for sure.
Maybe next year. Maybe. Hope.
Hopefully.
But, yes. But in October, it will be okay.
Yeah, for now the meeting point is October. As we still don't know anything about 25. It's way too early, you know. So
do you have something else to add about the album?
Madame?
Say that any person who's loved symphonic metal will definitely have something to appreciate about Pirates 2, especially like about this pirate saga that we started with Pirates 2 years ago. And yeah, we want to thank everyone who's spread the word. We know how much this metal community is about spreading words, you know, word by mouth, like words of mouth, people sharing link, you know, being like, oh, I discovered this, you should listen to it. This is a lot of this way that people discover new music. And we're very much thankful to the French crowd that has been growing since we released Pirates. And we cannot wait to come back there, and cannot wait to welcome more and more of those French sailors on board. And we just wish that we could like play more of this territory, because it's a huge country. But yeah, we're at least very happy to have 3 shows on that next tour. And this new album would be definitely something for any symphony metal lover of any generation.
Yes, the same universe but different.
Yeah.
Remember,
and it's going to be
sorry.
and also it's going to be our biggest tour in terms of production, in terms of you know, offer. Like we never had so many people involved in the crew, and we will bring big props to really get the listener into our pirate universe. So it's a responsibility, but if everything turns out as we have it in mind, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't, it's going to be a big step forward visually, and another step towards, you know, the cinematic thing that we are calling ourselves.
Last question. What the other musician bring to the composition? Because you write lyrics and music, and the others.
So yeah, as we said, like Mick is so much multi-instrumentist that he can layer down songs without the help of a guitar or a bass player. Dushy's been involved in writing his own solos, of course, because we love to give him the space to express himself in his own manner. A solo to us is it's supposed to be very personal, so we let him the freedom to do that. And Albert is very happy to just like be our bass player, very, very present, very solid, but he doesn't feel like he has the need to be a part of the songwriting. He loves the music that we're doing. He's very happy to be a part of the project in general. So I have to say that when it comes to pure songwriting, it's the 2 of us, absolutely mostly Mick, and our producer as well, finishing the touches, bringing them to.
Okay.
What should I say now? Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
And also, I don't know if the question was like involved of like, did you ask about other musicians in our band or other musicians from other bands?
No, your band.
Okay,
Visions.
Then perfect.
Of course, because we are here for Visions.
No, but maybe it was like how much you get influence from other musicians, you know, from this.
Okay.
This is, but I think Clemmy perfectly understood, and she replied, so that's perfect. I had a doubt this way. Yes.
The right answer.
Perfect. C'est parfait.
C'est parfait. So, j'espère vous revoir en octobre.
Yes, nous aussi.
Oui.
Tu viendrais sur quel concert?
À Paris.
Paris, super.
Je suis en banlieue parisienne.
D'accord.
Voilà. Donc au Petit Bain. Donc c'est vrai que c'est petit.
C'est petit, mais c'est pas trop petit. Ça commence à être une taille sympa. Ça va y avoir une belle ambiance.
Il fait surtout très chaud au Petit Bain.
D'accord. Ok.
Et ça bouge quand on... Parce que comme c'est une péniche,
Bien sûr. He says it's going to be really hot in le petit bain and it's moving.
Yes.
Je comprends, je comprends tout. C'est tout parfait.
Le
Merci.
seul problème, il ne faut pas que la scène monte. Il ne faut pas qu'il pleuve dessus.
Like workings, it happened with workings.
Yes, I was very sad. Very, very sad. This is the first time.
Mais nous sommes pirates, c'est tout bon. We are pirates, even if the scène grows, we will master the hurricane.
Okay.
We will master the hurricane. It's all good.
Okay. We have to jump in on the next interviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Same.
Merci,
Merci pour tout. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.